All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brandon Fields, and I'm with the New Mexico College Access Council. We're excited to have you here today with us for our college presentation panel. Today, we do have 6 institutions here who will be talking to you about what their institution has to offer. How it's going to be set up is each institution will have 6 minutes to give an overview of their college or university. And then we'll leave it up at the end to questions and answers. So if you think of questions throughout the presentation, feel free to message or comment on the chat, and we will get to them at the end. So today's presentation, we have the University of New Mexico with us, Western New Mexico University, New Mexico Tech, Institute of American Indian Arts, the University of New Mexico Valencia campus, and then Northern New Mexico College. So with that, the first one up is going to be Josiah with the University of New Mexico.
Awesome, thank you. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Josiah. I'm here with the admissions office at the University of New Mexico. So I have a quick slideshow for you guys just on quick points about UNM. So welcome here today. Definitely appreciate you guys being here. So why choose UNM? So from artists and adventurers to engineers and inventors, Lobos create a collaborative environment unlike any other. With over 200 academic programs and expert faculty from all over the world, you can define your future at the University of New Mexico. So as far as different degree programs, we offer over 200 different programs. So basically anything that you want to study, we do pretty much have. We have subject areas under arts and humanities, business and policy, health sciences, science, technology, and engineering, and teaching and learning. So if you guys have any questions, I'm more than welcome to, I'm more than willing to answer those for you. If you have a specific field in mind that you want to go into and you don't know what major to choose, just because we usually do have that available, or through our liberal arts college, you could actually create your own degree. You can see our full list of degrees offered at degrees.unm.edu. One thing that's really great about UNM is that we are considered an R1, which stands for Research One University. So that basically means that any program on campus or major does have the capability or is already conducting research. So this goes into pretty intensive research or even just small scale research as well. So that's something that's really great to take advantage of. As far as on-campus housing, we usually do have a live-in requirement for your first year here if you don't live within 30 miles of the university. We're unsure if that's going to happen again for the fall of 2021. We'll wait and see how the pandemic kind of plays out a little bit, but you're more than welcome to look at the different housing options at housing.unm.edu. We do have traditional style housing, suite style, and apartment style to fit whatever need that you may want. GPAs usually tend to be a lot higher if you live on campus as well. So I always encourage students, even if you live in Albuquerque, to live on campus. So something that is really great about coming to a university is that you get to join different clubs and organizations, and we have over 400 of them. So I always suggest to take advantage of that. And then also UNM puts on really fun events, a lot of dance parties, free food opportunities. So that's something that's really cool, and take advantage of it while you're an undergrad, because you'll miss it after if you never went to any of them. As far as Lobo athletics, UNM students get in free to all Lobo home games. So just know that if you come here to UNM, you can go watch a game for free at the pit or a football game. Anything that's played here in Albuquerque, you can go ahead and watch that for free. Usually your tickets get emailed to you before each season of the sport. So talking on scholarships, so to go through these really quickly, since I don't have too much time, just know that the Regents and Presidential Scholarship are high achieving. We're only looking at unweighted cumulative GPA, and those do have specific applications that you have to fill out. You can find those applications and the full list of scholarships at scholarship.unm.edu. And that deadline is December 1st. So you have to apply, be admitted first, and then you can go ahead and apply to the scholarship after you've been admitted, and everything has to be in by December 1. The rest of the scholarships I'll talk about, those are just, you have to apply to UNM, be admitted by December 1st. There's no specific application for those. So just know that you wouldn't need to be looking out for those. So for the Woodward, we're looking for 4.0 unweighted cumulative GPA, UNM Scholars 3.85 to 3.99 unweighted cumulative GPA, UNM Achievers 3.60 to 3.84 unweighted cumulative. And then the Bridge to Success and the Success Grant, those are $1,000 scholarships for just your first semester. The ones that I previously went through are good for all 4 years. And so for the bridge, we're just looking for a 3.30 to 3.59, and then the success grant 2.5 to 3.29. So it's very possible to get a scholarship to help you to attend UNM. And then the last one on here is just the Lobo aim to achieve. So just know that if you come here to UNM and you graduate in 4 years or less your last semester, you do not have to pay your tuition for that. So that's basically a free semester. So just an incentive. So once you're already here, you don't have to worry about applying for this right now or anything in specific. As far as our admissions process, really simple. I suggest just to apply to UNM. It's a really easy process. You can go online and apply at apply.unm.edu. There's usually a $25 app fee, but if you take down my email at the end of this and email me that you filled out the app today, I can go ahead and waive that $25 app fee for you. And once you submit that, all we're going to need is your unweighted cumulative GPA. Your official high school transcript looking at your unweighted cumulative GPA. So we're looking for just about a 2.5. So it's very doable. If you're just around that area, still apply because we can offer alternative admissions process offers. And then if you've taken any dual credit, just know that you can send those in at any time. You don't have to send them in with your application just before you come and attend UNM next summer. And there's my contact information if you want to take a picture of it, my email, my phone number, and then the admissions website, and then the scholarship website to see the scholarship applications, and then just the specifics on each of our scholarships.
All right, thank you so much. Next up is Western New Mexico University.
Thank you, Brandon. Welcome, everybody. My name is Luis Figueroa. I'm your admissions recruiter. Today, I'm going to talk to you very quickly about why you should choose Western New Mexico University and what makes us unique. So let me go ahead and share my screen and show you what the university looks like. So Western New Mexico University is situated in Silver City, New Mexico, right next to the Gila National Forest. As New Mexico's only public applied liberal arts and science university, WNMU is preparing graduates with the skills, the knowledge, and the courage to face the future's challenges with confidence. Our mission for over 127 years has always remained the same in empowering and meeting the needs of our community. We have remained grounded in our values of innovation and creativity, integrity, intellectual curiosity, personal responsibility, service to the university and community, and student success. But it's not only that, it's about the culture at Western. Here at WNMU, we're a Hispanic serving institution, and we're one of the founding members of the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, otherwise known as HACU. We're also home of the only competitive university mariachi program in New Mexico, which is our award-winning Mariachi Plata. Some of the other things that make us distinct is our university museum, our Light Hall Theater, and our annual Fiesta Latina event. WNMU offers over 70 different programs to study, everything ranging from A to Z. We offer certificate programs, associates, bachelor's, and master's programs. So whatever you're looking for, we can help you achieve that goal. In fact, some of the programs that I want to specifically point out right now is our School of Education. Our School of Education was recently received an A+ for diversity by the National Council on Teacher Quality. Our online social work program is ranked #1 out of 533 accredited programs in the nation. And not to mention, but we are the only ones in the region to offer a zoology program. So if you're looking, or if you're a student that has that is looking for animal science, we have the only zoology program in the region. We're also the only ones in New Mexico that offers a forestry and wildlife law enforcement program that directly prepares you to be a game warden. Let's not forget our dual enrollment program. Our dual enrollment opportunities are expanding to all the schools in our region, and we're providing applied technology training for all the workforce needs of our area in the state of New Mexico. Also, you take classes at WNMU, you're gonna be in a small classroom size, 18 students to 1 professor. You're gonna have that opportunity to work very closely with our professors, including research opportunities as well, where we pay our students to go to these workshops, go to these conferences, and develop their own research. Now, we know that you're a real person because I see you, I'm looking at you, okay? We know that there's real challenges that you're gonna encounter when you come to college. We offer several different opportunities, several different services for our students, including academic support, our one-stop, which fights food insecurities for our students, technology resources, and health services, which is more important now than ever. Also, when you live on campus here at WNMU, you're gonna live in luxury. When you live on campus with us, you're gonna have your own bedroom. You're not sleeping on a bunk bed. You're not touching toes with your neighbor. You're sleeping in your own bedroom. How nice is that? It's also statistically proven that when students live on campus, you'll have a higher GPA, you stay involved on campus, and you'll graduate within the 4-year time frame. Talking about staying involved on campus, we have over 130 different campus activities and over 30 different student clubs. So there's going to be opportunities for you to get involved and get connected with the university community. Oh, and let's not forget, when you come to Western, you're going to be able to enjoy some giant marshmallows to add to your s'mores. We also participate at the NCAA Division II level. We're in the Lone Star Conference. As a former captain of the cross country team, I can tell you that you're going to be competing at an elite level while also trying to balance out your academic life. It's doable. I know I could do it. I know you can do it. Now, we are one of the most affordable schools out there, but we still understand that it's going to be expensive for some students. That's why we offer over 100 different scholarship opportunities for our students, ranging from merit-based to athletics to student leadership opportunities. Talk to me more about what kind of scholarships I can help you find. To begin your adventure here at WNMU, the first step you'll need to do is to apply for admission. WNMU is an open enrollment university, which means there is no minimum GPA. There is no minimum ACT or ACT score requirement to get accepted into the university. But we will use that information for scholarships. So if you have a good GPA, great. There's going to be a scholarship available for you. If you don't have a not so good GPA, don't worry. There's still opportunities for you. Some important deadlines for you to consider. While you're going into this holiday break, remember December 1st for a lot of your scholarship deadlines. Apply to admissions, complete your FAFSA before that deadline, and guess what? You're going to be at the top of the list for scholarship consideration. Lastly, as a former graduate of Western New Mexico University, I can tell you that your experience here is going to be very unique. Also, your career opportunities afterwards are going to be endless. I want you to follow us on social media, check out what our students are doing, what we're doing at the university as well. Once again, I'm going to be your admissions recruiter, Luis Figueroa. Go Mustangs.
All right, thank you, Luis. All right, next up is Jared with New Mexico Tech.
All right, let me pull this up real quick. All right. All right, so my name is Jared Cervantes. I'm the admission advisor for New Mexico Tech. I cover northern New Mexico as my territory. So if you're from that area, you've probably seen me out and about before. But just run through our slides real quick. So something that we are excited about that we just recently decided is that we are now going test optional. So our admission requirements, if you're a high school graduate, all you're going to be required is just to meet our 2.5 GPA requirement. You don't need to worry about the ACT or SAT score anymore. If you've already taken your ACT or SAT, or you're planning on taking it in the future, it will still kind of help you with course placement, but you don't need that for admission at this point. We do also accept any dual credit, AP credit, IB credit that you might be taking as well. So if you're taking any of those, send us your test scores, your college transcript, and we'll make sure you get credit for those. So at Tech, you're not just a number, just to kind of throw some numbers out there. We are a very small school. We're just a little under 1,900 students, and that's total, both undergrad and graduate. So we usually have around a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Your average class sizes are going to be about 20 to 25 students for lectures. Largest class size would be about 60 students. That's if you have to take your freshman chemistry classes still. Even that being your largest class, though, professors know majority of the students on a first name basis within the first month or so of class. Perk of that as well, all of our lectures, freshman level all the way up, are taught by the professors as well. So you're not going to have lectures taught by grad students or anything like that. You're always going to be dealing directly with your professors. And so the small class sizes combined with that, you really get to build really great relationships with your professors. Smallest class sizes down to 1, those are generally independent studies. I've walked by lectures though with 3-4 students in a lecture. So it's kind of cool. You can sometimes get almost a personalized lecture in a way. And then the lab courses, about 10 to 12 students on average. So kind of gives you a sense of that. Really, the small class sizes bring a really great sense of community at New Mexico Tech as well. So the programs that we offer, these are our College of Engineering programs. Any of the programs you see on this slide or the following slide that have the asterisk next to them, those are programs that we offer a combined 5-year bachelor's and master's degree program. You apply for those your junior year with us at New Mexico Tech. So that's something you can think about later on down the line, but just so you know that those are offered. Mostly we are going to be science and engineering degrees, STEM degrees, but we do have some additional degrees as well. So you can see on this page, we have a management degree. It's very entrepreneur driven. There's management of technology as well, which focuses a little bit more directly with managing like engineering firm or a tech company, something along those lines. And of course, we always have to mention our explosives engineering program. We do have our own explosives range on campus where they do a bunch of really cool testing and research at. And then the College of Arts and Sciences. So I went to Tech. I'm a Tech grad. I graduated. It'll be 5 years ago now in December. I did biology. I loved my time there. That department was awesome. Going back to talking about professors, I actually had a professor, if I had an hour to kill between classes, I would just kind of sit and hang out in his office. If he was there, whether or not I had questions about class, we could just sit and talk about anything, which was really cool. Also like to point out the physics department, we are one of only 5 schools in the entire country that offers concentrations in both astro and atmospheric physics. Have great resources for both. Atmospheric physics has a research center on campus that does lightning research. Astrophysics, we have an observatory on campus. The school also runs the Magdalena Ridge Observatory and works very closely with the Very Large Array Telescope as well. So clubs and activities that we have to offer, just to highlight some. Most academic departments have professional clubs. We do have Greek life on campus, so we do have a sorority and a fraternity if you're interested in that. We don't have NCAA sports, but we do have club teams that still travel, play other schools in the state and surrounding states, get competitive. The gym puts on intramural sports as well. Then we have a ton of random just for fun clubs. I was like talking about the food clubs. We've in the past had cereal club, sushi club, tea club, waffle club, taco club. So it's really easy to start clubs, which is why we have kind of all these crazy clubs. Some additional stuff as well. We have a full 18-hole championship golf course on campus. We have a swimming pool that's open year round. We have our gym, the weight room and everything just got remodeled, which is super nice. And being that we're located down in Socorro, kind of a rural town, outdoor activities, hiking, mountain bike trails, the river, all that kind of stuff is really great around us. So the scholarships to talk about. So these ones are all going to be applied for with your application for admission. So they're all going to be merit-based. These are all now going to be awarded based strictly off of your GPA, with the exception of the presidential. We will still require the National Merit Finalist Certificate for that. Tech tuition assistance, that's kind of our form of the bridge for your first semester while you're qualifying for the lottery. We give you $1,400 that first semester, just as long as you're admitted to New Mexico Tech. And we do stack all of these scholarships full value on top of the lottery scholarship, as well as stacking any FAFSA money or third-party scholarships that you get as well. There we go. And then just some links kind of for the ending here. We are doing one-on-one visits that you can sign up for on our website. We're doing first Fridays of the month, virtual info session and campus tour as well. And then there's the tour application as well as our contact information. All of those links you can find on our main admission webpage, as well as some additional ones. But it's pretty much everything I have for you guys. So I'll go and stop that.
Thank you so much, Jared. I know we had a lot join us, so please enjoy these presentations. We have 3 more to go, and then we'll open it up for questions at the end. So next up is Institute of American Indian Arts.
All right, can you hear me, Brandon?
Yes, you're good to go.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Warrior Brown. I'm from the Institute of American Indian Arts, and I briefly wanted to talk to you guys about our pretty cool institution. Our institution is really focused on the arts, so we don't have engineering or physics or any of the really cool degree programs that a lot of the other institutions offer. But before I get to that, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the statistics behind our school. So We are smaller compared to much larger universities out there. We only had about 600 students as of fall, with only about 371 students located on campus. One thing that's very unique about IAIA is how diverse we are. Out of that 600 students, we represent about 93 different tribes that are spread out throughout the U.S. So a majority of the tribes come from New Mexico. However, we get tribes from all over the country. And a part of that, a part of our name, a lot of people get mistaken sometimes. They always say, oh, you guys are only made for Native American students. No, in fact, we represent also 25% of our students are non-Native. So if you know any students who are also non-Native, who are also very talented artists or musicians or filmmakers, definitely shout out our name. IAIA represents a pretty diverse student population. Out of that 614 headcount, we have an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which we're very proud of, and that really goes down to spending a lot of time with the students, especially when you're pursuing the arts. You really want to have that dedicated time that is dedicated from your professors. So we take great pride in that. A lot of our students really appreciate that. So for example, I went to ASU, and when I still am going to ASU, and I feel like a number there. I'm having these long holds on my phone, and it seems like it's kind of a hassle at times. So we really want to eliminate that process and really just kind of put a lot of focus on our students. So let's talk a little bit more about our degree programs. As I mentioned earlier, our main focus is on the arts. So we offer degree programs in the studio arts, creative writing, museum studies, cinematic arts and technology, indigenous liberal studies, and the performing arts. So if you guys want to hear a little bit more about this, I'll put my contact information down below. I can keep rambling on about these programs, but we are located directly in Santa Fe, and that really adds to the art programs that we have here. A lot of the students that are involved in these art programs actually go off to pursue bigger opportunities. For example, our cinematic arts and technology program, a lot of students actually go off to work at big production studios like Netflix and Albuquerque, and they have internships with Disney sometimes. So it's definitely an awesome art school if you're looking to get more in the realm of art. Okay, so skip that page. The cost of tuition here at IAIA is extremely affordable. Just recently this year, we had about a 25% tuition reduction in online classes and 10% tuition reduction for in-person classes. So if you decide to come here to IAIA, you're looking to pay about $2,200 per semester. That's roughly around $185 per credit. So it's extremely affordable if you decided to go to a pretty cool art school, especially considering a film school. It is the best film school for your buck. And let's move on to our resident center housing. We also offer student housing and family housing. So I kind of want to focus more on the the dorms. If you do plan to come here to IAIA, and if you are looking to stay in the dorms, it would cost you about $2,328 per semester. So your total cost here to come to IAIA in total would be roughly less than $7,000. Compared to larger institutions, you're looking to pay about $10,000. So anyway, you can save a buck. And I should also mention that a part of the tuition costs, you wouldn't have to worry about your books. That's totally included. The only thing that you would really have to worry about buying is your art utensils. If you are looking to go into the film program, you really, we have a tech room, so you're able to check out, any cameras, booms, audio equipment that you might need, lighting equipment. It's all entirely inclusive, so you wouldn't have to worry about buying any of the fancy cameras. As you progress up into the programs, we'll offer you a little bit more in terms of the resources that are available to you as art students. Next, I kind of want to briefly touch base on the scholarships that we offer here at IAIA. So we offer the tribal scholarship, first of all, for some of you tribal students out there. This is for any student who are in financial need and has tribal documentation. So right off the back, if you are a full-time student and you qualify for both of those criteria, we give you $500 off the back, and then $250 for part-time students. We also offer a merit-based scholarship that kind of goes up. It sounds like a lot of other institutions offer that as well. So it's pretty similar. 3.0 to 4.9 is 500. 3.5 to 8.9 is 750, and then 3.9 to 4.0 is the big one, $1,000. So lastly, we offer the general application scholarship, which is a single paper that you fill out, you turn into your you turn it into our financial aid office, and we do the scholarship searching for you. So we'll apply the single scholarship to various other scholarships, and you wouldn't have to do any of the work. So that's also a plus. Last I want to mention is our virtual tours you can check out on our website. So definitely check out our virtual tours that are on our website. There's a little link right there, but if you want to know more about it, definitely let me know. And lastly, really quick, this is our 15 to finish program. Basically, if you finish within 4 years, the last year of your education is free here at IAIA. I'm sorry, your tuition is free. There's a quick my contact information, but don't worry about it. I'll put it down below. Thank you, guys.
You Warrior. All right, next up is Rita with the University of New Mexico Valencia campus.
Sorry about that. Thank you guys for joining us today. I appreciate you hanging out and listening to everybody. It's a lot of information. So we'll just walk on through there. And then if we have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them as we go along. I just wanted, the slides I'm going to share with today are going to be a little bit about our community college. We are part of the UNM family. UNM Valencia is just south of Albuquerque. We belong part of, like I said, the UNM family. And so we're part of Los Alamos and Taos and Gallup. And of course, all of those branches will transfer credits for 2-year programs over to UNM Maine or to any other 4-year university if you're looking at a 4-year degree. The big difference between us and 4-year college is tuition. So that's why I started with this slide. Our tuition is going to be considerably less for your first 2 years of college that you can use to apply to a 4-year degree. So that's what this slide talks a little bit about, the New Mexico Bridge to Success Scholarship and what our credit hour is. So our credit hour is $78 per credit hour. Most college credits, as you guys have been hearing, are going to run a college class is going to run about 3 college credits per class. So it gives you a good comparison. Applying to our campus is really super easy. It's unm.edu/apply. We are not charging for admissions at this time. You would just simply click on the pay later option. You can include your high school transcript and your GED. And if you've taken any dual credit classes, by all means, we want to see what that looks like. A lot of our surrounding schools, high schools, have participated in dual credit, as some of the other participants have mentioned. So that's definitely gets you some experience in college and some credits as you go along and into your degree program. We do accept paper applications for those students who are not wanting to apply or not able to apply online. Those are available through our student services, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Student services phone number is listed right there below, the 925-8560 number. And then like a lot of the other presenters were talking about, we're not requiring ACT scores or SAT scores. It does definitely help you in your placement of your class schedule, however. So if you're wanting to get, say, an engineering degree and you're into our pre-engineering program, it's going to involve some math. And so if you take our AccuPlacer, or if you haven't taken an ACT or an SAT, you can take the AccuPlacer test to help you place into your classes that are going to be suited for your level of expertise. So if you're strong in English, if you're strong in math, this is going to help you pave the path for you. The other thing I wanted to touch on was a little bit was FAFSA. So how are you going to pay for college, right? So that's a big question. So the FAFSA is a very first step, as many of our presenters have talked about. You want to make sure to go to FAFSA.gov. It's open, and the quicker you get this done, the much more of an idea you'll have for what you need to do. There's plenty of support out there for any of the universities. New Mexico offers all kinds of help for students to get on and get their FAFSA complete. We do have appointments that we book through our campus. If you need help with that, that's what that link is there. Feel free to take a picture of that. And then I can also place it on the links on the chat box. Scholarships, that's the other way you can pay for college tuition, right? So our application website for college scholarships is the unmvalencia.awardspring.com. There's plenty of endowment scholarships, teacher prep scholarships, and of course, STEM scholarships. So the major type of scholarships you can apply for, you would just simply log on to the page that you see there, and that would get you started for our particular campus. Textbooks. I saw somebody talked a little bit about textbooks. The one big piece of advice that I talked to about a lot of high school seniors and even our dual credit students is textbooks can be pretty pricey. So here's a little bit of advice on curbing some of those costs a little bit so they're not so expensive. Most of the libraries at the campus will offer reserved books on hand. Ours is one of those. Again, renting your books or using our bookstore with used book inventory is the first place I would start. And then these are some of the programs that we offer at our campus. So we offer associate degrees and we offer certificate programs. A lot of times students will come to us for the first 2 years. They want to go on to say NMSU or to UNM main campus for a 4-year degree. We have advisors on site who will meet with you virtually and kind of plot that out for yourself so that you have a 4-year degree plan, even though you're starting with a 2-year program. And this is the directions on how you get into looking to see where there's at. So you would go to our website and then click on certificates and degrees under the valenciaunm.edu website. Okay, so I kind of blasted through that a little quickly and I'm going to want to overload you guys, but these are contact information. Myself and Macy Bach is our financial aid manager. She helps with anything financial aid, including FAFSA. We have a couple of people, bilingual staff on our campus that can definitely help with that. And then of course, Noah, who's on our Zoom session as well, works in our staff. He helps with a lot of our student admissions. So feel free to ask us any questions. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. All right, we have one more presenter, Sarah from Northern New Mexico College. If you do plan on asking questions after via chat, go ahead and start typing those in there, and we'll get to them after Sarah with Northern New Mexico College gets done presenting. So take it away, Sarah.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah McCormick. I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment at Northern New Mexico College. And if you would just give me a minute, will I queue up my PowerPoint? Okay, so Northern New Mexico College was established in 1909 as the first Spanish normal school. We are home of the Eagles and we are fully accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. We're located in the town of Espanola, about 45 minutes north of Santa Fe. We are accessible. We offer small class sizes. Our student to teacher ratio is usually 12:1. Because of that small class size, you as a student receive a lot of individual attention and one-on-one with your faculty and with your fellow students. And we also offer hands-on learning opportunities at Northern. We believe in experiential education, learning by doing. We also offer a sense of community and family when you're on our campus, and for our affordability and value. Again, we are small in size. We have about 1,120 students. We're made up predominantly of 70% Hispanic students, 8% Native American, and then we have a number of international students that play for our NAIA Division II Eagles basketball team. We offer 12 bachelor's degrees and over 35 associate and certificate programs. Obviously, for the sake of time today, I won't have time to go over all of the programs that we have, but I put together a comprehensive list of our certificates, our associates, and our bachelor's degrees. Some of our popular programs include nursing and health sciences, business, liberal arts, education, and STEM programs. There's a list of our associate degrees and a list of our bachelor's degrees. Several of our graduates have gone on to pursue advanced degrees at colleges such as Johns Hopkins and Purdue University. And several of our students also have gone on to pursue employment opportunities with organizations such as NASA and Los Alamos National Laboratories. We are an open admissions, open enrollment college. Our application is free. We require a high school diploma or a GED, your official transcript, an ACT or SAT score. If you don't have either of those, we offer the computer-based AccuPlacer for placement. Being open admissions, we do not have a GPA requirement or an SAT, ACT score requirement. However, that said, with a higher GPA and a higher test score, of course, you would have more scholarship opportunities at Northern. We pride ourselves in being the most affordable four-year degree in the state of New Mexico and in the Southwest region. I want to mention that we are DACA accessible, DACA friendly. Being a New Mexico high school graduate, DACA students and non-DACA students, of course, would be automatically eligible for our tuition, our lottery scholarship. And if you are a DACA student, you would need to fill out the paper FAFSA. Some of the student support services that we offer to you as a student at Northern New Mexico College include our accessibility services, Veterans Affairs, our Camp College Assistant Migrant Program, a student gym when we're on campus, our library, mental health services. These are all free to you as a student. They are tied into your student fees at Northern. We also have a unique class called the First Year Experience. And this really helps you with your transition from high school to college, helps with time management, test taking skills, helps you identify scholarships that you qualify for, helps you with those personal statements. We also have a number of free tutoring services at Northern in math, writing, other subjects. We offer a variety of student activities. We have a very robust, active student senate on our campus and student ambassadors. And we also encourage our students to start student clubs if they see something that we don't have, but they're interested in. I believe Brandon mentioned that we would have time for questions at the end of the presentation, but that's my information. If you would like to touch base with me, my number is 505-747-2161, and my email is sarah.mccormick@nnmc.edu. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Sarah, if you can stop sharing your screen, that'd be appreciated. At this time, we will open it up for questions. Like I mentioned, you're more than welcome to comment in the chat your questions, or if you have any questions for these institutions, you're more than unmute your mic at this time and ask that question. So we will open it up for questions. I do have one question via chat, so I will ask that question. I have a question for UNM. I have a student who's applied at UNM. I'm wondering how I would send in my high school transcripts.
So you can contact your high school counselor and they can send those in to us. Those would be deemed official. But I will say something that I didn't mention in my presentation, that if you can't really access that right now, just for some reason, and you have access to an unofficial transcript, you can email that to me and we'll count that as an unofficial. We can still admit you and grant you a scholarship based off that. And that'll work. And then we'll just ask for the official a little bit later. But usually the high school counselor can send that to us Some schools use something like a platform online to send it. So it just depends on your high school.
All right, another question we have. I don't know if this question is geared toward a specific institution, so it's kind of open to anybody who'd like to comment. While in class, are we going to be taught in English or in Spanish or both?
I'll go ahead and respond to that one.
please.
For Western New Mexico University, most of our instruction is in English. However, if that's going to be a challenge for you, because we do have a lot of students that come from Mexico, or English is their second language. We do have individuals on campus that can assist you, as well as we have their Center for Student Success that can provide further tutoring for you.
Yeah, and I'll just follow up. I know a lot of institutions offer Chicano programs, so definitely something to look into as well. Anybody else? All right. Does UNM or UNM Valencia offer an equivalent to ENMU's Greyhound Promise Scholarship for aspiring educators?
So for main campus, Albuquerque main campus, we do offer many scholarships towards our students that want to pursue education. It's not necessarily a scholarship program, but if you go to coe.unm.edu, that's the College of Education's website, under the scholarship tab, you can see the different opportunities available for students that want to go into education and the opportunities that are there. So that's a really good program to do for financial assistance for sure.
All right, real
And
quick.
UNM Valencia also offers teacher education program. And the best bet for that is to contact our student services. And there's a whole program that's set up for that based on teacher education.
Thank you. I want to kind of give opportunities for other institutions to respond to questions. So one of the questions I'm going to ask as the moderator is if you talk a little bit more about maybe campus resources and highlight some of your campus resources that you offer students, especially during this COVID-19 world that we are in. So I will let Jared from New Mexico Tech, if he'd like to talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so campus resources, we kind of offer the same ones that most of the other universities showed. I just didn't have my slide for it up. But we have the tutoring centers on campus. Every department has their own help rooms. Most of them hire tutors specifically for their departments to sit in those help rooms as well. We do have counseling center, disability services. We have a health center on campus with licensed nurse practitioner, so you can actually get written prescriptions and all that stuff for you on campus as well. COVID wise, I guess there's not really anything too specific with that. Of course, just kind of the ramp up with cleaning protocols and all that kind of stuff. We did have students on campus, so I guess something that kind of changed with that. All of the dorm rooms were single rooms this year. Unless otherwise requested by students. We did allow students to live together in a room if they would like to. But yeah, just kind of those same tutoring centers, all that kind of stuff that most of the other campuses, or most of the other schools offer as well. We offer also.
Thank you, Jared. Would any other institution like to briefly talk about resources?
I would, Brendan. I forgot to mention during my presentation when I had our student support services up that we are also very excited. Since the pandemic, we opened our food pantry. So every 3 weeks, we have been doing food distribution. Students go online, order their groceries. We put the bags together. We're such a small small institution that even our own president, Dr. Rick Bailey, is involved in putting those grocery bags together. We get our food donations through a grant with the Santa Fe Food Depot. And we're also very unique in that we have a farm on our campus. So during the summer, we were able to offer free produce in those grocery bags, along with fresh eggs from our local farmers. So I wanted to make sure that our students know that we continue the food pantry, especially in light of the pandemic and how we know that our students are really struggling. And in addition, we got a grant to be able to give every single one of our students a Chrome notebook when they're a student at Northern, because we understand that many of the students don't have access to devices that they can use during this time.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll allow one more and then I'm going to go to a next question. Anybody else want to talk about resources?
Brandon, if I may,
Yes.
very quickly. Thank you. Can I quickly share my screen? I think that along with what some of the other presenters have already included, we also do here at WNMU, we offer an emergency aid grant. And this is specifically for those individuals or students who experience some kind of irregular financial hardship. For example, if you're enrolled full-time as a student, and what is considered an emergency aid, if you end up going to the hospital and you have a bill that is going to impact you financially to be able to pay for school, or you have an unexpected car problem, which is going to inhibit your ability to get to campus, well, we can help you with that. We'll actually pay you, we'll give you an emergency aid for up to $500. And it's something that's very unique here to help with students alleviate some of those struggles that they may encounter along the way. And again, this is unexpected. It's going to happen in life. So we just want to know that we just want you to know that we're here for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me share.
Of course. There's one question that I would like everybody to answer if they would like. So what job placement programs do you offer once a degree is obtained? I will let Warrior Brown from IAIA first, if you'd like.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandon. Well, the very unique thing about IAIA is the very beginning years of our programs, and a lot of our programs, when people think about art, they often think, you can't really find a job considering that. But being located directly in Santa Fe and considering New Mexico's film industry, art industry within the Santa Fe city itself, if you haven't had a chance to visit Santa Fe, it's a very prosperous art community. So towards the end, it's juniors and senior years of your education here at IAIA, we tend to kind of let go of your hand from like teaching you the art techniques and skills to more of you progressing towards work in museums, internships. Like I mentioned, students who are in the film program actually have the opportunity to work with big companies like Netflix or Disney. If you're more into the realms of the studio arts or museum studies, you have the opportunity to really start, putting your name out there as an Indigenous artist or an artist yourself, and really just trying to get more into the community within Santa Fe and New Mexico. Again, it'll go farther than that too. We have students all over the country that are doing amazing work within the field of art. So we definitely make sure that our students are set up after their years here at IAIA. And I think that pretty much sums it up.
Would anybody else like to comment on that question?
So here at UNM, we are a very large institution, and I will say a lot of the departments here within various majors offer career preparation while you're still in school. We do have an offering through a liberal arts college where you can create your own internship opportunity. So that's something that you can put on your resume and take with you into the professional field, as well as we do offer a resource on campus called Career Services, probably like other universities here today, which do help with employability after college. There's many different like career fairs that come through each semester on campus. So that's something that's really helpful that will help you with your employability after college.
Thank you, Josiah. Sarah?
Yes, I also wanted to add that due to our proximity to Los Alamos National Laboratories, we have a very robust internship program that I help facilitate. And that's with our STEM students, our business students, several of them who are getting their degrees and then go up to the lab as an intern in various fields and are often hired full-time post-graduation. So that's a great opportunity for our students.
Luis?
Thank you. Our nursing students have 100% job placement. Our police academy cadets get hired midway through their academy training. Also, we have our career services resources on our website where we provide career fairs every semester. We also provide an academic symposium, and we have a robust counselor who helps students polish up their resumes and helps them look for those job careers.
Thank you, Luis. Jared?
Yes, so all of our career service opportunities actually apply from the second you start at New Mexico Tech all the way through while you're an alum as well. But we do have our career fairs, one in the fall, one in the spring. They do resume workshops and reviews. They'll do cover letter reviews, mock interviews, all that kind of stuff. We do have what we call our career closet. So they offer free checkout of professional attire. So if you don't have professional attire and you have a job interview, you can go in there, check that out. So you can go into your interview looking sharp, ready to go. All the students get access to a program called Handshake as well, where they'll update with jobs for, that's actually, if you're looking for an on-campus job, it's a great place to look. All the offices will post their jobs there, as well as for graduates and everything as well. Looking for employment opportunities, internship opportunities will be on there also. And again, those are available to you all the way through as an alumni as well. All the career fairs as an alum, you're allowed to attend. This year, the virtual one was actually really great. They actually had over 100 different companies this year. Really great job placement rate as well. Usually within, before graduation, we're around 85% of our students already have some sort of job or grad school lined up. And then within 6 months, it jumps up to around 93%. But yeah, those are all kind of the resources there.
Thank you, Jared. All right. All right, so the next question, we have about 5 more minutes, and somebody did ask about class sizes in regards to UNM, but I'd kind of like to expand on that, and to finish us all up, talk about class sizes at all these institutions and give your final pitch for your institution. So I'll start with UNM and we'll go from there.
Awesome. So since UNM main campus is the largest institution in New Mexico, our classes do vary. So our average class size is about 25:1. So basically that's 25 students for every 1 instructor. Now there are going to be classes that are much bigger. You might have 200 people in a class, but there are, what we do here is that we kind of section off those 200 people classes under teachers' assistants, and then they can help you more directly. So that way, when you email or ask a question, that the main professor isn't too overwhelmed and also can get back to you in a timely manner, having that teacher's assistance help. So even though we are the largest institution, students really do transition very well and fit in with our classes. We do try to section off some of the classes that are freshman level into smaller, maybe like 25 to 20 students. And then the higher up that you get into your degree, the smaller that they get. So a lot of times third and fourth year students only have maybe about 10 to 15 students in their classes, which is really nice. So just know that it's not as scary as it seems coming to UNM.
Thank you, Josiah. Western?
Thank you. So our faculty to student ratio is 1:18. So that means you'll have 18 students to 1 professor. You'll definitely be working in a small class environment. And when it comes to your internships or any type of research opportunities, you will be working one-on-one with a mentor that'll guide you through that process.
IAIA?
All right, yeah, so kind of back to what the beginning of my presentation, we have about roughly 600 students, but when you're in classes, it's really broken down to 8:1. And when it really comes to working with art, 8:1 is a very good number to have. Some cases, sometimes we have about 15 to 1, but most of the time it's about 8 to 1.
UNM Valencia?
Thank you. Yes, for the most part, ratio is 15 to 1, depending on the program. The nursing program, we do have a 4-year nursing program on our campus, and that's a pretty tight-knit cluster of cohort of students or each program that they put together. Welding and the arts program, it just depends on how many students are in there, but on the average, it's 15 to 1.
New Mexico Tech?
So student to faculty ratio, we have 12 to 1. Average lectures, though, are around 20 to 25. Largest lecture we offer is 60 students. We have lectures all the way down to 1 student as independent studies. So kind of a wide range, just depends on which departments you're going to be going into. I think kind of average class size in our largest department, which is mechanical engineering, is usually around like 30 students. So still not going to be too bad. But really just the small class sizes, you really get a great sense of community and really get to know your peers really well. It's kind of, you see the same people all the time, kind of an everyone knows everyone kind of school.
Thank you, Jared. And then lastly, Northern New Mexico College.
Typically, our student to teacher ratio is 12 to 1. In some of our general education core requirement classes, we can have them be up to 20. And I did forget to mention that in our new student orientations, with our new students, our freshmen coming in, we make a big effort to pair them with one of our peer mentors who's a sophomore and up. And this really helps our new students with the transition to college. So we've had great success with that, and that's something that we do for our new students.
Perfect, thank you. Well, everyone, I want to thank you all for joining us today. Just some things to keep in mind. It's really hard to fit a lot of information in 6 minutes, as I'm sure these admissions professionals can attest to. So make sure that you are visiting their virtual college booths, reaching out to them, and participating in anything that they're offering so you can learn more about those institutions. I just dropped a link to our website where you can access a lot of resources. This video, along with our previous session an hour ago, will be posted eventually on our YouTube and on our website. So make sure that you're coming back and viewing those. We also have a New Mexico College guide that we launched that you can also access on our website, and learn about all the institutions in New Mexico. So again, we thank you all for being here today and have a great rest of your day.